Hello and welcome back to Strongwoman High's Life is a Mishmash. Today we have a very special guest all the way from the USA. It is Katie Gutwald joining the podcast. I hope I have an absolutely hashtag pronunciation of your name.
No, that's perfect. Thanks so much for having me, Becca. I'm excited.
Me too. So Katie, you're a world record holder and now a pro strongwoman. So let's give a little bit of an elevator pitch of who you are, what you're all about, that type of jazz for people on the pod.
Sure, yeah. So weird to hear you say that. I feel like I've been going for that pro status for so long, so it feels really good. But yeah, so I grew up here in the United States. I'm from Pennsylvania, and I was actually homeschooled, so that's a fun little tidbit about me. I was homeschooled. I played soccer, though, for the local high school. So did like 14 years of soccer, super into sports and just all that kind of thing. And my two younger sisters, they also played. And then went to college, and I was looking to get back into competing in something. So my fiance at the time, husband now, he wanted to do a Tough Mudder, obstacle course mud run. So we joined a gym to get kind of ready for that. And it happened to be a strongman powerlifting gym. So we kind of got ready for that mud run, did the Tough Mudder. And then a couple months later, they had a flyer up for a strongman competition. And me being me, I'm like, what's this all about? This looks interesting. So convinced my husband to sign up with me, and we just went. Our first one was in West Virginia, about 2 hours away. We had an absolute blast. Just loved it. I loved having just something to compete in again. The girls were all great. Like, it was just so fun picking up these big heavy weights. And I was always like the bigger girl on the soccer team growing up. So I just felt really at home with like the whole strongman vibe.
Yeah, that's class. I love that. When was that first competition that you did with your husband?
So that was early 2017. We started training for the Tough Mudder. We did the Tough Mudder in 2015. So somewhere in 2016, I'd say we started training for strongman. So I'm coming up on a decade. It's crazy.
Hell yeah, that's class. I love that. Honestly, I just find it like, I love it when you find people that have been in the sport or are going to be in the sport like around 10 years, because like, just shows how much longevity you can have in this sport. Like, it's not just go in, balls to the wall, you lose everything, like try and win everything in one go. It's about taking your time, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so much like the journey. You learn so much on the journey, and that's so cliche, but it really is true. And I feel like it's just been quite the journey. So it's been great.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into the journey then straight away. So what have been your strong woman highs then, Katie?
So I would say I have a couple. I would say a few of my highs are hitting that farmer's record. So let me give you the backstory. So I did not get my pro card, and typically at America's Strongest Woman, you need your pro card to compete there. So I was one of the amateur athletes to receive a special invitation that year to go and compete. So of course I was just like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So I went and competed. My training wasn't going great, but we just showed up, did the best we could. And farmers, especially, I was really nervous for because it just had not gone well in training. And then on the day, it was a max farmers event, and I ended up hitting 300 pounds a hand, which was, it took the event win. It was funny. I was sitting in the back, and I remember them coming up to me, and they were like, another girl didn't make it, another girl. And I'm like, no way. Like, there's no way I'm the only one that has done that, because I was like one of the first ones to do that weight. And I was like, okay, here we go. Everybody's going to match it, and we'll just keep going up because these girls are crazy. But yeah, so I ended up taking the win, and they told me that it was a world record for the 82 kg class. So I was like, this is insane.
It's
very good day for me.
Insane.
Yeah, yes. And it was so great. When I crossed the finish line, I could hear my husband. He just freaked out. The crowd was just screaming, and Jessica Kite, I don't know if you know her, but she was reffing, and she just wrapped me up in the biggest hug. It was just perfect. So I would
Wow.
say that was definitely a high. And
Yeah.
then just a few
I'll just
weekends.
jump in
Yeah,
because that
yeah,
for my British friends, that's 136 kilos a hand as well. What did you do it for? Was it 10 meters?
it was 30 feet. So I think that's about, yeah.
Fucking hell, mate. That is insane. 136 kilos a hand is mental.
It was so funny too. It felt really good. And they asked me if I wanted to go up, and I kind of thought, "Oh, should I?" But my husband and I decided, like, we were there to try to podium, and so that's what we did. But in the interview afterwards, I had my nails done, of course, and they were like, "What's your secret? Like, how did you And I was like, "Oh, it's the nails."
Hell yeah, I love that. Yeah, proper.
Yeah, and then definitely I would say earning my pro card the other weekend, because that's been just a very long journey to get there. So that was just really, really felt good. I just felt a relief just checking that box off for sure.
Yeah, 100%. How long have you been like fighting to get that pro card for? Because how do you get a pro card in America as well? Like, I don't understand the pathway at all because we don't have them here.
Yeah, sure. So it varies depending on the comp, but it's based on your placing. So a lot of times at nationals, it'll be first, second, and third.
Yeah.
Any of the really high level like pro AMs, like things like that, it'll be top amateur. So I've been so close so many times. I mean, like half a point off, 2 point, like right out of finals. Like it's been very heartbreaking many times. So I feel like it just felt even better to check it off because I've been right there.
100%, yeah. It's like a proper rewarding goal, that isn't it? Like just the prize at the end of all that hard work too. How many comps do you think you've done in the last sort of like 10ish years of doing Strongwoman?
I would say probably close to 25 or so. I don't compete a ton. I do maybe two a year max. Um, yeah, I would say between 20 and 25 I've probably done. With
Yeah,
just some random fun ones, stone comps and stuff on the side that I don't really count. But
yeah.
yeah, I've done 8 nationals here in the
Wow.
States, and then I've done that America's Strongest Woman. I got to compete on ESPN, actually, Clash on the Coast. They were filming
Oh
it
yeah.
yeah, so that was super fun. Zero to log press on TV, so not my best moment, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
um, and yeah, I've competed at 4 different Arnolds, so
Wow.
it's been a good
It's
trip
a
so far.
it's a good roster of comps that as well. It's a good roster of comps. Which ones do you think are your favourite comps, like your favourite feds to compete in?
So I've done those nationals. I've done 7 of those were Strongman Corporation nationals, and 1 was United States Strongman. So I do tend to compete more in Strongman Corporation. They've traditionally always had the Arnold pathway through their nationals. So that's kind of what pushed me that route. Also, just the weight classes lined up a little better. When I started the sport, I was, I think, 168 pounds.
Yeah.
So I just kind of continued lifting and gaining weight and eating and getting stronger, and then really filled out the 82 kg class. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
How do you find the weight cuts? Do you have to cut weight or do you sit naturally at the weight?
Typically I try to not have to cut a ton. I've never water cut ever. Meaning
Well
I don't
done.
sweat. I will water load if I need to and then just kind of pee it out. But
Yeah.
I do not sweat. I am terrified to do it. I honestly too. I This is so silly, but I always say like the morning of weigh-ins, I usually get up, do my makeup. Like I don't want to be all sweaty and like have to.
Yeah, that's so
Seriously.
far, yeah.
So
There's not a feeling like after a water cut, you feel
yeah,
awful, like just
yeah,
gross. You have a shower and you're still
yeah.
like, ah, minging.
Yeah. So I've tried really hard to avoid it. The heaviest I'll get is I did see 200 on the scale one time. But I wasn't in a comp prep or anything. I like to start my cuts no higher than like 188.
Yeah.
So pounds.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just working it out here. So 200 for
I'm
my,
sorry, I should be better.
no, it's all right. So 200 pounds for my UK friends is 90 kilos, and 188 is 85 kilos. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That like sitting close to that weight cut. That's my goal this year, is to try and sit a bit closer to the weight cut, make it a bit easier for myself. But yeah,
Yeah,
85
it'll
to
be
82 is
worth
not
it.
bad.
It's hard at first, but it'll be so worth it. I think you'll be like, oh, this is the way to go, because it just less suffering. We suffer
Yeah.
enough in this sport.
Yeah, 100%. And I definitely I'm fully behind now that water cutting affects performance. There's no way people can still use this lie of, no, it doesn't affect me. I'm fine on comp day. Like, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
Yep.
100%. Like, yeah, you might still be able to like pull through with adrenaline and still put on like good shows and good numbers and stuff. But I think in general, you're definitely not performing as well as you are after you've done a water cut.
Exactly. I agree completely. Completely. And for me, I'm like, I need every little ounce of strength I can squeeze out.
Yeah,
These
exactly.
girls are, it's tough out there, fam.
Yeah, it's getting deep, this pool now, isn't it? It's getting. I feel like in the next sort of 4 or 5 years, I'm not making any podiums anymore. Like, and I'm all
It's,
right with that,
yes.
but I know it's coming.
And that's the other thing. I mean, being in the sport since, 2016, 2017, like just the rapid growth. And I've been able to see just how quickly these girls are just climbing the ranks. It's amazing. But it is crazy. I'm like, can we just push pause for a minute? We're trying to keep up here too. Yeah, it is.
100%. It's like there's so many other athletes now coming in to the sport, isn't there? Like people from rugby or from powerlifting, and they find this sport and they're like, oh, this is sick. And you're like, yeah, I know. But like they've already got a baseline of strength, so they come basically out of nowhere and they're just mint straight away, and you're like, oh, you bastards, leave me alone.
I know. Mixed emotions. It's amazing, but it's also, on a personal note, you're like, oh man.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Going back to the weight cut stuff then. So you have your own nutrition business as well, don't you?
I do. So I actually started that. My background's not in anything culinary or nutrition. I actually am an environmental studies major. That's what I studied in school. And over COVID, I got laid off from the environmental firm that I was working for. And I decided, you know what? My husband and I had been traveling around for competitions. We had seen all these meal prep companies, for the local areas. And I said, why don't we have something back home like this? I feel like our community could benefit from it. And so I just started doing the work and planning and getting all my licensing. And I went ahead and jumped in and launched it in 2020, in the summer of 2020, right middle of, the big thing.
Perfect timing, really, to be honest, to have a food business in the middle of
Yeah.
COVID. Like,
Yes.
nice one. Jump on that train when you can.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it's honestly, the response has been amazing. I have people all the time. I feel bad. They ask me, will you ship meals or can you send me food? But my business is just local. I just feel that you lose so much freshness when you ship them out. I really try to keep everything local and just as fresh as I can. So, but maybe someday we'll do satellite stores. Who knows?
Hell yeah. No, I love that. And I totally agree. Like, it's such a big benefit having like fresh, healthy food. Like, we've grown quite a lot of our own food over the last couple of years. And honestly, the difference between like stuff that you grow yourself to what you buy in the shop is crazy.
Yes.
Absolutely terrifying how different it is.
Absolutely. It is, for sure. For sure. And I think that's so important, just people having options, because, if they have the healthier options, it's easier to choose that than just swinging through the drive-through. So that's my goal, just to kind of make it as easy for people as possible, because it'll, help incorporate it into their life better, for sure.
Yeah, I love that. Have you ever thought about nutrition coaching then?
I have. I'm not certified or anything yet, but I have thoughts, so we'll see.
A bit of in the future, maybe. Interesting,
Yes.
interesting. We
Yes.
like it. No, that's super exciting. Right, well, let's ruin the good mood then and move on to the bad bits. So, what has been your strong woman lows?
So I would say over the years, it's kind of twofold. So I've had, like I said, I've been so close so many times off a podium, or I would have an event that was going super well and something would happen that just pushed me out of podium or pushed me away from my pro card or finals, just countless times. And I tend to take things very personally. I get very emotional, which is something I'm working on, just kind of taking it, for what it is. But I think it's hard when you put so much effort and time into a sport and money, to not take it personally when things happen. But that's
Yeah,
part of competition. And I think that those times when I would consider them lows, with something just happening or throwing me off or having an injury, I think that those are actually what has made me really appreciate where I've gotten and checking off those big goals, because I have had those experiences. It's almost like whenever you have those bad experiences or the competitions that don't go your way, it makes you really cherish when you do find yourself on top that podium, or you really don't take it for granted as much. And I think that's what it's taught me. But when it happens, I mean, people that know me, I have been in tears more times than I can count at competition. And my friend Jamie, I'll give her a shout out. She won competition at nationals. It was the last event, and it did not go well for me. And my shoes were slipping on the floor. It was a medley. I couldn't finish because I should have taken my shoes off, but that's a whole nother story. And I found myself under the bleachers, crawled back behind the bleachers, just sobbing my eyes out, just crying. And my dear friend Jamie, God love her, crawled under there with me and just gave me the biggest hug and just sat with me and really just let me, get my feelings out. So I think
yeah.
that friendships like that in those times just mean so much. And I think that's what the sport really, at the core of it, that's why we all love it.
Yeah,
For sure.
100%. I think because we all know how hard it is. So when you see someone react like that, you think, oh, fuck, I've felt like that before. Like,
Yeah.
I've had those feelings too. And you're like, yeah, fair enough, aren't you? But I do think I agree with you as well about I think you learn more from the comps that you fuck up at and that you don't, and things go wrong at. And it then makes those winning experiences so much easier to enjoy as well. Like, you're like, oh, yeah, I deserve this. Like, I've earned this now. This feels good. And you don't have that, like, sort of backgroundy imposter syndrome. I feel like if you go through a bit of a phase where you win a lot, you're like, am I this good? What the fuck? Like, oh, I don't know about this. Like, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, and it does. It pushes you, from those failures, you reevaluate and you think, okay, where are areas that I can improve? What are things that I, could have done better? And I think if you're on a winning streak, or you're just constantly thinking, oh, like this is easy for me, or everything's going perfectly, you might not take those times as serious to really evaluate where you need to push and where you need to, make changes, because those times will teach you that for sure. It's painful though. It is painful,
Yeah.
but it's always worth it.
Yeah, it doesn't make it any easier, does it? But as well, it builds resilience because I think showing that you've been able to like have that journey through the sport and still stayed in it for so long is just super impressive. Because there's a lot of people that wouldn't be able to stick that out and be like, oh, do you know what? Actually, fuck this. This isn't nice. But like, some people just fucking love the sport, don't they? I feel like I'm like that. I'll have multiple shit times, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm still gonna fucking do this because I really like doing this. Like,
Yeah.
it's good
Yeah.
practice.
Absolutely. And that's what you have to remember, why you started. And it is so easy to forget though, when you're just in the grind and you're, having a bad training session, or and they used to bother me. I'm not saying they never bother me now, but now it's kind of like, whatever. Okay. I'm having an off day. We'll try again tomorrow, and tomorrow might be better. So, and that's, I
Yeah.
think, just maturity as an athlete. The more you are in it and the longer you're around. Someone the other day called me a veteran, and I was like, oh. I guess I'm old now.
You're pretty much in that club now. You're pretty much in that club. Nah,
Yeah.
I love that. Absolutely love that. Oh no, nearly knocked my whiteboard over there. Whoops. Won't do that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's have a little look back then to the past. What would you say to yourself when you first started the sport?
I would probably say to that girl who started, just to be more patient and more willing to learn and just understand that it may take longer than you think, and not to get so heartbroken from the times that don't go your way, because in the end it's going to be worth it regardless of what happens, regardless of all the doubts and times that I thought, oh, am I crazy for doing this? Like, it genuinely will work out. And just to tell myself, just have fun with it. That's why we do this. There's not enough money in this. We we break ourselves every week in and week out. If you're not having fun, there's no point to it. So I would tell her just to enjoy it. Soak it up, because strongman, you can do it for a long time, but nobody's going to be able to do it forever. So when you're in it, you just have to soak up the experience and really have a blast.
Yeah, I love that. Absolutely love that. Class solid advice. I do agree with you. Like, if you're not having fun, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is too much of a demanding sport in every aspect of life to not enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, you're going to burn out, waste your absolute, like, all your time, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely. And it's supposed to be fun. Like, if you think about it, we're just picking up rocks with a bunch of friends and, hanging out, eating food. I mean, post weigh-in snacks. Oh, that is, people are like, what's your favorite part of competing? I'm like, eating after weigh-ins.
Yeah, 100%.
That's my favorite event right there.
Yeah, because it's guilt-free then at that point, isn't it? Like, if you've done a comp, especially like after a comp on the night time, you can eat whatever the fuck you want. The rules are off. Rules are off.
I treat it like my job. I'm like, no one can say anything. My husband doesn't give me any looks. He knows. It is my job.
Absolutely.
I am good at it.
I love that. It's my job. I know my husband's like, he's a horrific eater. Like, he eats so much. We take him to like places that do food challenges and he'll just smash them. He just does it for fun though. Like,
oh, wow.
He loves it. And I think I'm a big eater. Like, when I go out with my mates, I'm always like, I'm the biggest eater out there. And then I speak to him or like eat with him and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why'd you eat this much?
That's crazy. That's crazy. Is he tall? Maybe he puts it in his legs.
Nah, he's an ultra runner though, so that's why he does ultra marathons, doesn't he?
Wow.
So it's basically the same thing as strongman, isn't it? Where like you do something big and you're like, I've got surplus calories here. Let's go.
That's awesome.
It's class fun. Right. So the other questions I want to ask you, these are off. We're off the podcast. We're going on tangents.
Let's go.
So we're going to stick with them. So what are your plans moving forward in strongman now then?
So I've gone back and forth a little bit, talked to my coach, and I don't have any competitions picked out right now. I'm just kind of getting to a point where I'm trying to enjoy training, just really having fun with it. My husband and I are putting up a home gym. We're building a building. We're going to have a big strongman area, have friends over, just have just party vibes. So that'll be super fun. Competition wise, I'm not sure. It was funny. I was talking to my husband the other day and I said, I feel like I've accomplished this big pro card goal of mine. And for years, I've done a lot of shows that are really pro level. So it's almost like the pro card has come after the pro shows in a way. Like I feel like it's out of order, but it's been great. So I have some exciting new things that I'm looking into pursuing. I'm not going to say anything about that yet, but if people want to follow along, it's always an adventure with me. I mean, my family knows it's one thing to the next. So yeah, but training is such a big part of my life. It will be with me forever.
Yeah, 100%. When are you going to make your little showdown in the natties with us?
Oof. I got to get strong enough for the 82s first. Let me tell you that.
You would
I feel like we're
be.
close, but you big girls, that's amazing. If I
You
could,
need
I would.
you need to come and join us in the under 82 nighties. I'm going to start the pathway again next year, so if you're free for 2026 Worlds,
Okay.
come on,
Yes.
come and
Awesome.
join us.
Okay. Perfect.
It
Yeah,
would be very
I love
good.
that. That's so cool that they're doing that. I think it's such a needed thing in the sport. And people that know me know I'm very vocal about my natty status and just how important that's been to me to stay true to the way that I want to do things. So,
100%. Well, we'll talk about it a bit because I've recently, very recently, made the decision that I'm going to stay natty. I know it's a
okay.
surprise to everybody because everyone already thinks that I'm on gear anyway, but I'm not.
Isn't
I
that
have stayed off.
the best compliment, right? Like if
Yeah,
you're natty and people think, yeah, I'm like, oh, why thank you that you think I'm strong enough to.
I do all the time. It's great. Like I love the rumors. I just buy into it now at this point. I'm like, yeah,
Yes.
keep spreading them, keep spreading them. Yeah, I'm sound with that. But yeah, so I've decided to stay natty because I think I've just seen so much dangerous gear use over the past year in strongman that it's actually terrifying. Like it's genuinely terrifying. And I know that if I was going to go on gear ever, I would openly talk about that, and I'm happy to do that. And I don't feel comfortable going on gear because I feel like it's too big of a health risk. So that's like the
Well,
decision I've came to with it.
good for you. And that's great. And good for you for really thinking about it and doing your research and, searching yourself and inside to see what the best route is. Because I feel like so many people just kind of, oh, well, this is the thing to do and this is what you have to do to get to this level. So good for you. I just can't believe, like me personally, I know myself. And if I do something, I'm not just going to do it a little bit. Like I am obsessed. I am all in. So I don't trust myself to be responsible with it. I don't trust myself to not take it to extremes. Like I like Katie and how she looks and who she is. And I don't trust myself to not compromise that. So yeah.
100%. Yeah, I think and that's the thing, isn't it? If you take a bit of time with a decision, like if you'd asked me last year if I was gonna like take gear, I'd have been like, yeah, 100%, mate. Like at some point,
Good.
I'm gonna do that. Like I'd
Good.
just decided in my head that was going to be the pathway that I had to take, and like having, like you said, researched and had a look, you find other options, and that's not me saying like, oh, no one take gear, it's terrible for you. Like there's obviously safer ways to take it, and there's sensible ways to take it, but just really think about what you're doing before you do it, because now with that natty pathway there's so many options. Like you don't have to be boxed into that corner. Like you can decide.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing. I feel the same way. Some people think, oh, well, you're being judgmental of the way that I do. Absolutely not. If that's what you feel is best for you and that's what you want to do, go right ahead. But personally, for me, it's just not worth it. So, yeah. Couldn't agree more.
I love that. I love that. The other question that I wanted to ask you, and we're sort of going back to Strongwoman lows here, so I do apologise, but was there ever a point in your Strongwoman career where you've genuinely wanted to quit the sport and be like, nah, I'm out, I'm done?
Whoa, yeah, I mean, how much time do we have?
As long as you're on there.
Yeah, the last 10 years, I mean, there have been several times where I genuinely have considered it, And I think the thing that always kept me going is knowing that stepping away prematurely, I would have regrets. So I knew that to not feel those regrets, I needed to keep going and I needed to prove to myself, prove to others that, I can accomplish these things that I have set out for myself. And I told myself, when you do that, if you feel that it's not something that's going to fit in your life anymore, then you can feel okay stepping away. So it's not if you're going to feel like stepping away or quitting. I think it's when. So having those deep-rooted goals, deep-rooted your why for why you're doing it, because it's so brutal. We spend so much time in the gym. Like for me, I would take meal prep to family picnics, and like my nutrition was really important. Just checking those extra boxes to really try to squeeze every bit of performance out of myself that I could. But absolutely, I feel like everyone will probably, if you do it for long enough, you'll get to the point where you say, am I crazy? Why am I still doing this? Like,
Yeah.
But just having those reasons of what you want to accomplish, really soaking up the experience. I started to not focus on the end result as much, and I really did just focus on, oh my goodness, look at these lights, look at the people, my friends are here, like I get to come out here, these people are here volunteering to judge, and all, like just really soaking it up. Like there's cameras, and like how cool is this? Like how cool is this? I'm 30 years old, like I love this. So it just focusing on that, I think, will really help you push through those times for sure.
Yeah, I like that. I like the focus on the experience part as well. I don't think many people have said that on the podcast so far. So like, yeah, just enjoying like the vibe while you're there at a comp. Like so many people just miss that bit because they're worried about end results. You're worried about what's happening at the end of that competition. Because if you just enjoy it while you're there, like you're gonna get the best out of it, aren't you?
You are. And honestly, for me too, if I'm overly serious or just not enjoying it, like I am too tense, I don't perform well. I just like being goofy. Like I just, I like being goofy and laughing and just kind of taking a breath before I go out for the event and just breathing. Like it's something that we're not going to get to do forever. No sport, nobody can do a sport at any level, yet alone a high level, forever. So it's just realizing that if you're not enjoying it, you're gonna regret those times that you had that you didn't even soak up the experience. So
yeah. 100%. I totally agree. Because when I did Worlds, the natural Worlds in 2020, whenever I did it, 2023, and I was like gunning for the win. I was like obsessed with winning. I couldn't like, I was getting voice notes off Donna Moore, like trying to pep talk me because I was like, I need to win this, Donna. Like my life depends on it. And it was like, I was so hyper focused. I can't remember anything from that competition, like because I was obviously just completely blinkered. I wasn't paying attention to whatever was going on around me. Like I remember at the end of the comp, and I had a bit of a laugh with everybody, and we had fun. But like the actual comp days, can't remember them because I was so hyper focused, and it's shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then after, you're just kind of numb because you're like, what even happened? Because you just, which is no fun. I mean, half of these we pay to go to, we pay to travel, so we might as well enjoy it.
That's the mindset shift I've had this year is like, I'm paying to do this and I want to get the most out of this experience, because like just focusing on the end result for me is not gonna make it better. I can still be competitive and I can still want to win, but I can enjoy the experience more than wanting to win.
Right. And the crazy thing is, when I started my first 2-3 years in the sport, people would say that, and I'd be like, oh, me knowing everything 2 years in, oh, they're just not competitive like me. Oh, they don't care like I do. Crazy, because they were right all along. It just took me this journey to get there myself, of realizing they're right. They were right all along. Yeah,
100%. It takes ages, doesn't it? Like that's the reason I pulled out Europe's this year, because I knew I wouldn't have fun with it. Like I knew I wasn't going to enjoy myself because I had too many niggles. I wasn't going to be able to perform, and I wasn't going to be able to still be competitive. But that means I'm not going to enjoy that experience. I wouldn't have enjoyed being there. So like I was like, nah, fuck that. But then when like Natural England's came out and I saw what they were trying to do and the new setup for this year, I was like, that is so exciting. Like that's going to be really fun to watch and see how it goes, as well as be there and try and be competitive. So I was like, fucking nice one. And that's how I'm making decisions on comps now, is like, am I actually going to enjoy the experience or am I not? Because if I'm not, regardless of if I'm competitive. So,
Sure. And I think that speaks volumes too for how far the sport's come, that we even as athletes have options. That is in itself, that's such a nice thing, because, we didn't always have these options. So shout out to everybody who's promoting shows, and Yeah, you guys are the MVPs for sure.
100%. There's a chance we've got too many, but
yeah,
we can't be picky.
Right, that's a whole nother can of worms.
yeah, we don't need to get into that. Right, well, let's move on then to the final part of the podcast. So we will do the silly goose section.
Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where our lips get loose and our minds run free. Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where we chat a load of shit that's of absolutely no use. It's silly goose time.
So, do you have a silly goose that you would like to bring to the table?
It's actually more like a conspiracy theory. Can I bring that up?
We love a conspiracy theory here, yes.
Okay, so have you seen the things of the debate whether humans have actually been to the moon?
Yes.
People are debating it. I, of course, always believed, yes, we had. But the more I dig into it, I'm not so sure.
We haven't been back since.
Right?
Why?
Right? And the flag, it's blowing in the wind. So I don't know.
The thing that concerns me is that we haven't been back, because I'm like, if the moon was that cool, and like, to think of how much technology has come on since they were first on the moon. Yeah, we've got self-driving cars now. Like, what the fuck? Like, surely technology is at a point where you could easily get to the moon now. We should be walking around on there now if that had actually happened. So I'm sort of with you on this. Yes. I've had this thought.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I had to bring it up because I knew, it's just
I like
very
that one. There's certain ones, like the flat earth thing, right? Certain conspiracy theories, I think we're never going to buy that. That just doesn't work scientifically, does it? But the moon landing, shifty. I'd be interested to see what the general consensus for listeners think of this concept as well. Because I feel like
too.
There must be a shift in us. There must be a shift in like the population, because it's mad that we've both had that thought of like.
I agree. And I don't know. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if we had not.
Yeah. I feel like you're quite a sensible person as well. Like, if it comes out of me, people will be like, you're maybe just a crackhead. But out of you as well, sort of gives it a bit of, makes it a bit more reliable.
I believe birds are real. So I feel like, we'll just go with that.
yeah, fair. There's some conspiracy theories I'm aware people can't get on board with, but that's like, it's totally fine with me. That's really funny, because I was going to actually ask you your favourite conspiracy theory as part of the silly goose question as well. So
that's funny. Well, that was perfect. Great minds.
We've done it. The moon landing wasn't real. No one believes you.
Exactly.
This is all I'm going to get now on my Instagram is reels about the moon landing not being real, because it's just getting carried away, isn't it? Because my conspiracy theory at the moment is that like money is, well, I just generally believe this is a completely made up thing. It doesn't exist, and we're all trapped in this race of that money is a thing, and it's not. Like, the Earth's like something crazy, like 15 trillion pounds in debt altogether, and you're like,
why? And
that's never getting sorted, is it, mate? Like,
right. Yeah.
But this is just buying into more of my being self-sustainable lifestyle. So it's not helping, because I'm like just hermitizing myself now, because I'm like, money's not real anyway.
You're just going to be a prepper, have your whole little city just be completely. Well, my husband and I, we just got ducks because we want duck eggs. I do a lot of baking, and so we're on that same little homestead, lifestyle, and it's the best.
It is the best. Yeah, I love it. I hate it when I have to look after everything myself. Okay, because my husband's on holiday at the moment. I'm like, this is hard work, but when he's back and we're both doing it, it's really good.
And you're used to it. You do strongman, so you're used to work. I mean, that's all our sport is.
Well, exactly. What I think is when I have to do a bit of farm work, I'm like, well, it's bonus cardio and bonus training, isn't it? Like,
yes, absolutely.
Just get on with it, don't you?
Yeah,
I love that.
Absolutely.
My other silly goose question for you is, I need to know about high school reunions, because I'm not sure if them themselves are a conspiracy theory from Hollywood, because I just feel like that's just not a thing. Like, it's surely not a thing. Has Hollywood just made that up so that we think it's a thing?
Right. And I also feel like it's weird because people treat them like, oh, I'm gonna go. If I'm gonna go, I'm gonna show off my hot wife and all this success that I have. And it's like a bragging, like, that's so weird to me. Like, why do you care?
Who's
Honestly,
organising
no
that
one
as a
cares
brag?
about other people's, like, just do your own thing. Don't worry about it.
I can't remember half the people I went to school with. Like, I'd go there and I wouldn't know anybody's fucking name at all. I'd be like, who are you lot? Like, this is shit. But I just feel like that in America, they try and make it like it's a big thing. Is it actually a big thing?
Well, I was homeschooled, so I didn't go to a class.
Oh shit, yeah, you're not going to be able to help me.
I can look in the mirror. Oh, hey girl.
I forgot about that. Fucking hell, yeah, you're the worst person to ask about this. Fuck. Nah, that's not helpful then. So you're not going to high school reunions then?
Right, no. Now, I mean, they do, like, the soccer team, they'll do, like, an alumni game and stuff like that they have, and that's cool. But, you know, the reunion thing, I don't get it. I don't know. Did you have a big graduating class in your school?
No. I mean, I can't even remember, to be honest, mate.
Yeah.
Like, there was maybe, oh God, how many people were in our year at school? 50, 60?
Okay,
maybe?
yeah, sure.
Maybe, like, my best friend, Becky, I'd remember her name, but bonus, it's the same name as mine, so it's not hard to remember. but like, everyone else,
right?
No, there's like 4 or 5 that I'd be like, yeah, sound like, well, I'm still pretty good friends with them, but everyone else, nah.
It's like a lifetime ago. It feels so long ago. Even college. I'm dating myself, but I graduated college in 2017. Like, it's forever ago.
Yeah, see, that's the thing with me, because I didn't go to uni. I dropped out of school, so then I've just gone back to uni and just graduated like now. And
oh, that's right. Awesome. Yeah. That's so exciting.
It fucking sucked.
But hey, you did it. You did it.
Yeah, it's done now. But yeah, it wasn't my favourite thing. I am going back for a master's, but it's just for my benefit in the long run. I'm thinking ahead, but
yeah, it'll be worth it. That's exciting.
I'm sure it will be. We've all got little master plans on the go, haven't we? I'm very excited to see what your master plans are, though.
Yeah, thank you.
So, where can people find you then and follow you along if they want to follow your journey, all that sort of jazz?
So, I'm mainly on Instagram. I do have a TikTok. Everything's under K8_Strongman Barbie.
Nice.
Kate Strongman Barbie. Someone at the Arnold gave me that nickname, and I was like, it kind of works. I think I'm going to take it. Yeah, so I changed my handle, and now I'm Kate Strongman Barbie.
Hell yeah, I think it fits. I think it's perfect. No, I love that. Well, we'll tag it in the show notes below. And then anything that you want to promote or any final words for the podcast?
Not really, but I just want to give a massive shout out to my nutrition coach, Justin, my coach, Terry Rady, my husband. He has been such a trooper for these last 10 years to this goal of a pro card. He's been a trooper, even putting, his own competing on the side. And so I'm really excited for him. He has some goals too. And I just am so thankful for all the support from my family and just all the friends and followers. And I couldn't have done it without you guys. So thank you.
Awesome. Well, we love that. Well, thanks for being on the show, Katie. It has been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. And we will see you all on the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Strongwoman Highs, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support the podcast, then please give us a follow on Instagram. Or if you would like, we're also on buymeacoffee.com/strongwomanhighs. This is where you can send us tips, or you can also join our membership area, which is $5 a month or £4 a month. It's the silly gosling level. We'll post out any extra content that we get on there, and hopefully a few little free giveaways of things as well. The podcast currently doesn't cost a lot to run, which is what we're trying to keep it as, but we would like to be able to cover our costs, and also once those costs are covered, any profit that is made on Strong Woman Highs will be getting saved up and put into a pot for future Strong Woman competitions that we can sponsor. So if you have a Strong Woman competition that you'd like to be sponsored, or if you want to be on the podcast, then give us a shout, send me a message on Instagram or on YouTube, anywhere else you can get us, and we'll get it sorted, because the more women that we can get on, the better. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye!